Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be going over this Shipt delivery driver review. So this video is going to be particularly useful for individuals who are deciding whether or not to do Shipt driving. And so I've been doing it for about a year now, and I must say that it's pretty similar to Instacart, but there are some key differences that you need to know about. Now let's start off with the pros. With Shipt, you do have flexible hours, you do get to work on your own time, and the pay is generally pretty decent, especially if you get good ratings from customers. But the biggest thing with Shipt is that it's owned by Target, so you'll be doing a lot of shopping at Target stores, which can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how familiar you are with Target. Now, the biggest cons of Shipt though is that although your hours are flexible, you are going to have to put in the hours. And what I mean by that is if you decide to work 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the evening, you're still technically putting in 8 hours of work. Some days you'll get customers who tip. Some days you'll get customers who don't tip at all. And with Shipt, I think the biggest tip that I've ever gotten was like $35. But I've also done huge orders where people tipped absolutely nothing, which to me is insane. Other things with Shipt that I didn't like or don't like currently is that the rating system is really strict. If you get below like a 4.7 rating, you're basically not going to get good orders anymore. And sometimes customers will rate you poorly for things that are completely out of your control. Like if an item is out of stock or if there's traffic that makes you a few minutes late, sometimes they just put it on you. Now with Shipt, one thing to keep in mind is that you do have to take into account wear and tear of your car and also gas. So let's say that you get a $20 payout, about like $13 of that should actually be yours. Wear and tear is a real thing just because you're going to be putting miles on your car. In addition to that gas, of course, driving to different stores and then to customers' houses. Now with Shipt, there is going to be downtime, especially during like weekday mornings and mid-afternoon hours. So my recommendation is that you have like a podcast or a book or a YouTube video, or maybe you have work to work on. Like for me, for example, while I'm waiting for Shipt orders, I simply just work on my laptop in my car. And this is more like a side hustle for me, so it's not a really full-time gig. Now, here are my 3 tips for people who want to try Shipt out. First tip is focus on building your rating up when you first start because the higher your rating, the better orders you're going to get offered. I always make sure to communicate with customers about situations and substitutions, and I'm always polite and professional because that rating really matters on Shipt. Second tip is learn the Target layout really well since most of your orders are going to be coming from Target. You want to know exactly where everything is located because time is money. And with Shipt, the faster you can shop, the more orders you can complete in a day. And I've basically memorized like 4 different Target stores around my area. Third tip is don't be afraid to pass on bad orders. If you see an order that's like $8 for 30 items, don't just take it. It's not worth your time and it's probably going to hurt your rating because you'll be rushing through it. And my rule is don't take anything less than $12. Try to avoid orders with more than 25 items unless the pay is really good. But with Shipt though, I'd say it's been an okay experience. The customers are generally pretty nice and Shipt support is decent when you run into issues like if a customer isn't home or if there's a problem with payment. They usually handle it pretty quickly. So with that being said, if you're considering Shipt, I'd say just try it out. You won't know until you try it. Try it during busy times like weekend mornings and evenings, and then try it out during slower periods to get a really good idea of what it's actually like to be a Shipt driver. But I hope you found this video helpful, guys. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.